Ole.
For the brand!
Intro was messed up, but that's okay. Welcome everybody to Outside the Brand. This is your Friday Night SmackDown post show for May 19th, 2023. I'm your host, Philip. This is Outside the Brand. Thank you so much for joining me right here on your Friday nights, wherever you may be. I got my boy Tay here, and we are going to be having
Yeah?
Lock in here in just a few moments. But
Yo,
Tay,
hold on, Phil. Did you
how'd
say,
you feel about SmackDown tonight, man? It was an okay show. It wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst either
hold on,
tonight.
did you say May 19th?
Yes, I did. Yes, I
You know
did.
what, you know what day May 19th is?
Yes, I do. Yep.
But all jokes aside,
It's all right,
SmackDown?
Kane. It's all right, Kane. I got you.
I don't know, all jokes aside, SmackDown, I thought it was okay, I guess. It was not too bad, not too good. It
Yeah,
was okay. I love the Bloodline segment.
for sure.
The main event was fucking awesome.
Yes.
Actually, who won that? Because I didn't catch the last bit of that. Who won that?
Oh, well, they won because of Sami and KO.
The OWO actually won a match?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's kind of wild, right?
There's a lot of tag matches tonight, too.
Yeah. We had, I think we had at least like what, three? We had the women's one, we had the LA Knight and Boogs one, and then this one. Yeah. Um, so yeah, that's pretty interesting. And we'll talk about the LA Knight and Rick Boogs thing because that was very short lived, and we all should have known that. Um, Alba and Isla, they continue to impress as the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. They listen. None of these titles are on the right shows, so
No, they're
that's
not.
got to be addressed. But I mean, I don't even think that's going to be ever addressed at this point. Um,
Yeah.
it is what it is. It wasn't a bad SmackDown. It wasn't a good SmackDown either. The main thing was the Bloodline. And that's been the main thing for Friday Night SmackDown since like the end of time, honestly, at this point. So it is what it is. We'll get into everything that happened tonight on SmackDown, and we'll break things down the only way that we can right here on OTB. Like I said, Olaf will be here in just a few short moments as he
That's
is
what night
restarting his
is.
router because the internet sucks.
McDonald's
And,
Wi-Fi.
and it's just it is what it is. But guys, follow us on social media. All the TikTok links are down in the description below. You'll follow me on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at PhillyMatt_, and you can follow Tay where?
Oh, you can follow me on TikTok at NBA Teo2 and NBA TikToks Wrestling. Twitter at DMMaster06 and Instagram at Deontay_15.
There you go, man. Also, if you guys want to support us in any way that you can, you guys can use our official sponsor for tonight's episode, and that is SeatGeek. Use the code OTB at checkout for $20 off your first purchase. I believe Tay has one as well.
I have a W
W code.
sponsorship.
W code. Yes.
SeatGeek rejected me. They rejected me.
Wait, what? Really?
Yes, I put in an application. They said we couldn't respond. They didn't accept the application, put it like that.
Damn. All right. Well, W.
But I
You
got
got W.
W. If you use my code NBA that's NBA TAE, you get 10% off your order. Also, I'm a WWE Shop affiliate. Use my
There you go.
link to buy some shit so I can get some money.
I am also a WWE Shop affiliate as well, so you guys can go to the link tree that's in my bio on TikTok, and you guys can follow that. If you guys are going to be buying anything from WWE Shop, make sure to use the link. That way, you'll be helping me. And honestly, any money that I make from that link or basically anywhere is going directly to this channel and directly to make this show the best it possibly could be. over the next couple of months, I might be talking to our designer to talk about possibly doing like a not really a rebrand sort of thing, but just freshen things up as we head into the summer months, as we continue things on here for OTB, just to make things a little bit more interesting, a little bit more fresh for your eyes to see right here on OTB. Also, you guys can go get the merch for OTB. That is down there in the description as well. So go get that when you can. Use the code OTB20 at checkout for 20% off your purchase. And you guys can use the code RedRaven20 at checkout on my merch store to get 20% off your purchase as well. And Loft has his as well. Loft Not Famous will get you 20% off your order when you go to his merch store. And he will be joining us. He is an official graduate now too. So
Graduate, not
graduate not
famous.
famous will be joining us in just a few short moments.
Bam, graduate, not famous in the comments.
Yes, yes, yes. Please do that either in the live chat or after the video is published. Man, this is it's great knowing that he is a graduate now, man. It's fantastic. We appreciate that, and man, so fucking proud of him. So
Graduate,
fucking
not
proud.
famous. Yes, sir.
So that's great for him. But yeah, guys, we're gonna get started with the Friday Night SmackDown post show. So yeah, let's do it.
With 6 minutes to spare, too.
There you go. Look at that. See, look at that. We start live, and we hear, of course, the Bloodline's music. What else? Who else are we starting off with? We have the Bloodline, the undisputed Universal Champion. Roman Reigns makes his way down to the ring
In the
alongside his
ugliest shirt
wise
I've
men.
ever seen, by the way.
Oh yeah, yeah. He makes his entrance with the wise men, Paul Heyman, and the enforcer, Solo Sikoa. Replays were shown of last week when Roman Reigns getting into phase of Jimmy and Jay. Jay Uso apologized to Reigns before Jimmy could, before he can go too far. Paul Heyman then announced that Night of Champions, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn will be defending their undisputed tag team titles against Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. The Usos were not happy of that, obviously, and they were left out of the match. So, with all that said, Roman comes out here and he's about to tell everybody to acknowledge him. The Usos are not with him at ringside. The three men stare down as the crowd buzzes. Heyman hands the microphone off to the Tribal Chief, and the crowd is starting to loudly boo and chant, "You suck." Roman, he croaks up his eyebrows and says, "Listen, man, that's not how we start things around here." He then told Columbia, South Carolina, to acknowledge him, which got mixed reactions. It got mixed reactions. I saw some ones up there, but there wasn't as many as you usually see in a WWE crowd.
People are turning on him.
And you can tell too, man. You can tell.
I told you this. I knew this was gonna happen. They should have stopped while they were ahead. This is what happens when you don't let Cody Rhodes finish your story.
So Kevin Owens' music hits, and one half of the Undisputed Tag Team Champions comes out to the stage, and a very serious look on his face. Owens is soon joined by his partner, Sami Zayn, who comes out to his music, and the crowd starts singing Sami's song.
Oh.
There you go. And the Tag Team Champions get into the ring. Reigns looks unimpressed or becoming disturbed by these Sami chants. Zayn then smirks in the ring. Reigns says that this is perfect. The crowd is excited. Reigns' plan was to bring them out here since they're the only two things to deal with at this point in time. Columbia already did it. Now it's their turn to acknowledge the Tribal Chief. When they're done with that, they can drop those titles off and leave the ring. Owens thinks about it before throwing the microphone aside without saying a single word. Sikoa then stepped up, but Reigns told him to, hey, it's okay. Back up a little bit. It's all right. Reigns then says it figures. Owens isn't here just to talk. He is here to fight Owens' fight. Isn't that right now? Reigns then says that he's had a special career. He's experienced the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. Reigns only regrets the wasting. he does have one regret though, and that is wasting his time on Sami Zayn. I'm gonna
Oh,
pause right there
bro.
because that right there, man,
That was
that's
cinema.
not what happened.
Sami Zayn single-handedly saved the bloodline from getting stale and gave us one of the greatest storylines of all time.
Yes,
Possibly the
yes,
greatest storyline of all time, in my opinion.
it's definitely up there. It's definitely up there for sure. Yeah. So so that all happened. Zayn says that that's funny because he also has one regret, which is not blasting him with that steel chair sooner than when he did. Um, it's been a long time coming. They haven't been in the ring since what, Montreal? And then Zayn thought that for months that he'd never get the opportunity to tell Reigns exactly what he wanted to say. But now that he's standing right in front of him, he's got nothing to say to him other than this. At Night of Champions, you are not taking these titles. Reigns isn't as good as them, and Reigns isn't as good as the Usos
He
either.
instigating.
Such a great line.
Instigator Zayn. That's his name. Not the great liberator, the great instigator.
Planting seeds, as always, is Sami Zayn.
I can't wait for them to kick Roman's head off. Oh my god. It's gonna be
so
magical.
Reigns, so he smirks, does Reigns, and he starts to scratch the side of his head. Reigns is pacing. Reigns cannot believe that is how Zayn feels right now. Reigns took it easy on Zayn and gave him multiple opportunities to show him that he was loyal. All of a sudden, the Usos then attack Owens and Zayn from behind, and the Usos hit Zayn with a stereo super kick at ringside. The Usos then get into the ring to celebrate. Was about to dab up Roman, and Roman just he swats the hand away. And Reigns is irate and says that this was not the plan. You run by my plan and you run by my rules. Reigns then looked at Solo and leave the ring. He didn't just look at him though; he bumped into him because he was just he was just all furious. He bumped into Solo and then he had to check himself. He's like, all right, maybe I gotta calm myself down because I don't want that Solo smoke,
When the time is right, he's going to give Roman Reigns the meanest Samoan spike we've ever seen.
Oh, dude, man, I hope that happens. I really do. I hope that happens, man, because that's gonna be so well deserved and so well done. Oh my god, I can't wait for that, dude. But yeah, he had to check himself. He's like, all right, maybe I have to step back a little bit because I don't want that Solo smoke. And that Solo, he's the enforcer for a reason, man. So
Yup.
so he had to step back for a second. The drama continues with the bloodline, man, and it's just great things to see. It really is. Um, you want to know what I love about Solo though, and this is what this is why I actually love Solo being a part of all of this, is that he does so much for doing nothing.
He
like
said,
like he's just standing there, just being Solo, and it means so much.
he just stands there with his arms angrily folded.
And it means so much, bro, because he bumped into him, did Reigns. Reigns bumped into Solo, and he does that side stare that he does, and you already know shit's about to go down.
Shit's
He
about
does
to hit the
so
fan.
much. He does
Shit's
so much for nothing, and it's great.
shit's about to hit the fan, and I
So
can't wait.
like he does a lot without really doing anything, and that's fantastic. Um, so I mean that's great. We come back from commercial, and we return uh from the break to see Roman deep in thought. The Usos, Paul Heyman, and Solo are in the room with him. Uh, Jay says that they were just trying to help. Reigns says that he is the quarterback and he calls the plays. Reigns had something to say to Sami, and Reigns wasted a big piece of his career on Sami Zayn and wanted to say something. Reigns is the guy that keeps everyone on top, and he is the one who calls the shots. Reigns kicked them out of the locker room, and he was just absolutely furious. He was just done with everything. He
I
does
don't
not
know.
want anything to do with the Usos anymore.
I don't know if you've seen, but Solo was staring a dagger into Roman
Oh,
Reigns.
right into him. Yep.
He's about
Right,
to fuck. He's gonna fuck Roman Reigns up.
dude. It's gonna be so good, man. It's gonna be so good. I can't. I can't wait till it happens, bro. I really can't.
Cause at the end of the day, yeah, you may be the tribal chief, but those are his real life brothers. I think he's gonna choose his brothers over the tribal douche canoe.
So, our first matchup of the evening is happening right now, as we have the Brawling Brutes making their way to the ring, as we have them taking on the NXT debuting Pretty Deadly.
Pretty deadly.
And I love Pretty Deadly. I actually like Pretty Deadly as much as, a lot of people don't really like him.
Pretty deadly.
They're, they're a great tag team. And they showed that tonight against the Brawling Brutes. They actually got the win tonight, which I was actually really hoping that they did. And I'm very glad that they did it in the way that they did it. They got to get the GP and they got to do it in the right way. How do you feel about Pretty Deadly overall, man? I mean, a lot of people really don't care for them all that often, but I don't really think they're that bad of a team. And they showed that tonight, really.
At first, I wasn't really feeling them, but then over time, they grew on me, and I really like Pretty Deadly. I think they.
Honestly, the thing that really put me over with them is their match with the New Day in NXT.
Oh yeah.
That right there is just if you guys have not seen that, their match against the New Day on NXT, go check that out. Or basically, what was that? They had like some kind of like fatal 4-way or triple threat tag team match at the New Day or something like that. Like a
Yes, it
not a
was.
takeover,
It
but
was. It was.
uh,
New Day, Gallus,
that's
Dick
right.
Hudson, and the other guy,
Oh,
and
that's right. Chase U was a part of it.
and Pretty Deadly.
Yeah. It was like the Fatal 4-Way. It was like one of the NXT Premium Live events, and it was a great match. Just a great match between all four of those teams, and it really showed what the NXT Tag Team division was like at that point in time. And that was when New Day won the titles, right? If I'm not mistaken.
No, they lost the titles.
They lost the titles. They were already the champions going into that. That's right.
Yes.
To Gallus.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was a great match, and Pretty Deadly really showed their all when it came to their stuff with the New Day, and they showed their stuff here tonight. They really did a great job with the Brawling Brutes. Butch and Ridge Holland, they have elevated their careers since really joining Sheamus and became the Brawling Brutes, especially Ridge Holland. Ridge Holland was blamed like for everything when it came to the Big E situation, and yes, it, both of them were at fault during that entire time. But like, holy shit, man, Ridge Holland, he's become night and day better than what he was when he first came up to the main roster, man.
Oh,
So
for
good,
sure.
so
For
good.
sure.
And I mean, Butch, the only thing that's wrong with him is his name.
Yes, give us Pete Dunne back, you cowards.
The only thing that's wrong with Butch is his name. That's it.
Give us back the bruiserweight, you big
Pete,
nose motherfucker.
Pete Dunne is great. He just needs his name back. Um,
Yes.
but yeah, this was a really good tag team match here. Um, honestly, a lot longer than I thought it was actually going to be too. I mean, I thought this was going to be a pretty decently well timed out match, but I didn't think it was actually going to be as long as it was. Um, so we saw Butch connect with a release suplex. Holland gets into the ring and gets pretty deadly on his shoulders before slamming them down. At the same time, the Brawling Brewster performs stereo 10 beats of the Battering
No.
on pretty deadly. Butch is soon knocked away, and the referee checks on him. Pretty deadly, then sneak a spilt milk on Ridge Holland, and that's how they get the win. 1, 2, 3.
Interesting tag team, man.
Yeah, I like Pretty Deadly. I think it was a great in ring debut for them tonight. They're definitely doing like this feud between the Brawling Brutes for a reason, because I mean obviously they're all great in ring competitors, so don't mind that at all, and we'll see where things go from there. They looked good. They looked really good tonight, so
Yeah.
good stuff. Then we got a little bit somber, as we talked about, or Michael Cole mentioned the superstar Billy Graham passing away situation at the age of 79 on Wednesday. On Dynamite, they addressed it too, but not really too much was addressed on Wednesday because they announced it during the freaking Falls Count Anywhere match between Roderick Strong
Baby.
and Chris Jericho. They just mentioned it real quick and then got back into the action. This one was a lot, better. I mean, not better produced, but like, you know what I mean. They did a whole thing for it. They did a video package, and it sucks, man. Another one's gone in the world of professional wrestling, but from what reports were coming out about his sickness and everything, they were preparing for the worst, and it just kind of happened.
Yeah, that sucks, man. Rest in peace. Also, the Heat won again.
What was that?
The Heat, the Miami Heat. They beat the Boston Celtics.
Oh,
They're
there
up
you go.
2-0.
Hey, look at it. That's also probably why Lof's not here just yet, because the game's on.
Well, they just won, so yeah.
I
Just having
forget
a
that the
great
guy.
week.
This is the Eastern Conference Finals, right?
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
they're up
So
two
I
to
mean,
zero. Lonzo just having a good week. His
yeah,
team, he's graduated, and now the Heat won.
I'm just having a good week. It's a great thing to see. Um, it's great. But yeah, it sucks that we lost another one. But hey, may he rest in power, and we'll see where things go, man. It was a very classy tribute, and that's all what WWE usually does when it comes to stuff like this. So, good on WWE for mentioning that.
Milwaukee got eliminated, Saint. He was
Uh,
asking what time they got eliminated in the first round by the Heat.
So we come back from commercial break after we saw a video package for the Superstar Billy Graham tribute, and Asuka makes her way down to the ring. Replays are shown of Asuka attacking Bianca Belair with the blue mist back from last week's SmackDown. Belair is celebrating her record-breaking reign as women's champion, and Michael Cole says that Asuka was using hot like blue pepper mist. There was like she said it was like an experiment of some kind, and she used like hot chili peppers in the mist
The red hot,
to make
the
it
red hot
burn.
chili steppers.
I guess whatever the burning sensation was in Bianca's eyes, That's what
The Red
made
Hot Chili
the Miss burn
Steppers.
like that.
That's what it was.
So,
The Red Hot Chili Steppers.
yeah. So, Zelina Vega was backstage as she was being interviewed by Kayla, and she asked her if she's ready for Asuka, basically. And when she received the love and support from her people in Puerto Rico, she realized that she can hang with the best of the best. So she said she gave it her all uh, to Rhea Ripley, and Asuka will know that she is ready. So we had Asuka versus Zelina Vega, and this wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I honestly thought Asuka was just going to squash Zelina, and I know that kind of defeats the purpose of everything that she just said in the backstage interview. But I did not think it was actually going to be um what it was. I mean, Asuka won as she should have, um, but yeah, this wasn't as bad as I thought it possibly could have been.
Yeah, it was a pretty good match. Oscar won because, of course, she did. Why wouldn't she? The record, she showed up. She had a good showing.
Yeah.
The fucking
So
Cobra.
Asuka fought out of the Code Red. Vega uh, fights her to pick up a 2 count. Asuka then twists
Who's
out into a submission, but Vega then got out of that. And she soon regained advantage and applied the Asuka lock for the submission victory. And Asuka won via tap out. So there you go. Asuka then refused to let go of the Asuka lock, which prompted Bianca Belair, the Raw Women's Champion, still Raw. That prompted the Raw Women's Champion to come out to make the save. Asuka then gets out of the ring. Belair then reaches after her and quickly pulls away because Asuka was about to split blue mist in her face again. She barely connected with it, barely, because you can see the blue residue on her face, but it wasn't actually doing the burning sensation like last time. And the pepper mist still stung Bianca Belair, but it wasn't totally as as deliberate as it was last week. Asuka then smiles psychotically, and that's how that segment uh, concluded. So, I mean, they're doing the Miss story again between Asuka and Bianca Belair. Can we
Yeah.
please do something else when it comes to this rivalry?
Yeah, the SmackDown girlies are fighting over the Raw title cause reasons.
Right. So, uh, but we're doing a Miss storyline again between Asuka and Bianca. Can we please do something different? Please. There's more to Asuka than just Mist. I'm sorry, but there is.
Yeah, I agree. They should do more. But I do like that they're like telling the story about the different kind of myths. It makes the myths more like dangerous and powerful.
Oh
So I
yeah,
like
for
that.
sure. I mean, I like that. That's great. But I mean, if we're doing this whole now like pepper miss type of thing, like I mean, listen, Asuka has to win at Night of Champions, bro. I'm sorry. I love
Oh, she
Bianca
better.
Belair. I
She better.
do. Like you guys know. Like you guys know. I love Bianca Belair. I love her to death, but man, we don't need like she already has the longest reigning championship in the Raw Women's Championship's history. But let Bianca Belair have a clean slate on Friday night.
Yes. Yes.
Let's get that going. Have Asuka win the Raw Women's Championship. If Asuka has to be transferred over to Raw because she's the Raw Women's Champion, fine. Whatever. At this point, I really don't give a fuck. Just let's have a clean slate for Bianca.
Mm. Yeah. They gotta do something with some damn titles, cause like you got the blue title on the red show and the red title on the blue show. What the fuck?
Saint, you want to know why they have such a great story for the men's titles and not for the women's? Because they don't give a fuck about the women's division.
Yeah, no, yeah, no.
They don't care, man. They don't care. They haven't cared
Unless your
for a
name is
long time.
Charlotte Flair.
Unless your name is Charlotte Flair or basically anybody from the Four Horsewomen,
Or Bianca
they
Belair.
really don't give a shit about you. And I can't even really say that because Bayley's not really doing much right now. And Becky, she's in a, piss poor feud with Trish Stratus. Now, I'm not saying Trish Stratus is piss poor because I can look at that woman all day. It's true.
I mean,
But,
that's
I
true.
mean, there's nothing going on with that feud either. So,
Nah.
nothing's going right in the women's division at all.
No,
And we
it
all
is.
thought that the draft could, rejuvenate things when it comes to the women's division. Nope. Not if we have crappy writers.
Yep.
It is what it is. But speaking of that new World Heavyweight Championship, we have Seth Rollins and AJ Styles battling out to determine the first ever World Heavyweight Champion at Night of Champions. And I do want to preface this. A lot of people are asking questions about, is this just a brand new championship with no lineage at all, or did they literally just make the World Heavyweight Championship, modernized and it has the same lineage as the previous one? They're making it seem to be like it's a brand new fucking championship with no lineage.
It's when I know it's the world title, because when they first announced it on the damn WWE website, on Twitter, they said Triple H brought back a classic title. It said he
Yes,
brings back the classic world title. So it's the big gold belt, but just different design.
but when they talk about it, they make it seem like it's a brand new championship with no lineage because they say who's going to be the inaugural World Heavyweight Champion.
They're probably just saying it because it's been 10 years since the fucking world title was a thing. So I guess I don't know because
Well,
they did that with the
well,
IC title.
well then make it seem like that. Then like actually talk about it in that way. If you're gonna say if it's a World Heavyweight Championship with the same lineage as the old one, just say something about it. Just say that we haven't had this championship in a while, so let's create a new champion. That's all. Having the word inaugural with everything is just it makes it seem like it's brand spanking new
But
when
then
it's
again, they did do
really
that with
not gonna do it.
then again they did do that with the cruiserweight title.
Well, yeah, that's true too. See, they flip flop things when it comes to championships, bro. It's
Yeah,
they make it seem like one way and then it's the other, and then they make it seem like the other way and it's not. So I don't know, but
it's confuzzling.
yeah. So we had that, but we had the Grayson Waller effect up next. The Grayson Waller effect. I
Grayson
apologize. You got
Waller,
to say it right. You got to
Grayson
say it right.
Waller.
um. So we had the Grayson Waller effect next, with special guest AJ Styles. And if you guys know from NXT, they have had some history.
AJ bad
So
hairstyles.
so we come back from commercial break, and it's legitimately the Grayson Waller effect from NXT. Thank you, WWE. You did not change shit.
Yes. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They need to learn that lesson.
There you go, man. I like that. So so this was the announcement by Mike Rome. And this was perfect. This was fantastic. I don't know if Grayson met with Mike Rome to figure out what he wanted to say beforehand or whatever,
Pro-
but Mike Rome,
Probably.
you did perfect for this. So he said, quote, "Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the most talked about sensation in Friday Night SmackDown, the man with a triple platinum tongue, the viral virtuoso.
I get it. Diana.
If you know the virtuosa, hi Diana. Hi.
Diana Taurasi.
Hi Diana. The Dynamite from Down Under. So good. So good so far. He's the moment maker, the Aussie icon, your host of the Grayson Waller Effect, Grayson Waller. End quote. So good. So perfect. I mean, that was it right there. That's all I wanted to hear. I didn't have to see the segment. That's it. Please make make that intro for everything Grayson Waller. Everything.
Yes.
Even when you announce him to the ring, don't say that he's from Australia. Don't say that at all. Just do this.
Yes.
Just do this.
You
can have to wait if you want to, but just do this because this was great.
Grayson Waller he's gonna get over with the crowd. He's gonna get over.
He's so good, man. And if it's not LA Knight to take the title off of Austin Theory, have it be Grayson.
Grayson Waller for U.S. champ. The
if
agenda.
it's not LA Knight, have it be Grayson.
Yeah.
This is so good. So Grayson is in the ring, and he says, "Welcome to the Grayson Waller Effect." The ring is decorated with, like the way it used to be in NXT. And he has his desk right there. Waller welcomes everyone to the show, and his guest will face Seth frickin' Rollins next week next week at Night of Champions for the World Heavyweight Championship. And the best time. Yeah, that's my man Trent. See, look at this, man. Look at this. This is my good buddy Trent. Welcome, Trent, to the chat, man. This is we're talking Grayson Waller. Grayson Waller, my boy. So yeah, Waller, welcome. I already just said that. So he's gonna. So AJ will face Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. He is the phenomenal AJ Styles. AJ makes his way to the ring. Styles sits at the desk with Waller. And Waller says that they have crossed paths before in NXT. Styles told him something in NXT, and Styles challenged him to be phenomenal for 20 plus years. Styles was right. All the championships, the great performances all around the world, he is going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Can't disagree with Waller on that one. Now, all right, hold on one second. Of course, my phone just decides to refresh on me for whatever reason.
L phone.
This phone is so old, bro. I need to get a new one. All the championships and the great performances across the world. He is a first ballot Hall of Famer. Now he gets another opportunity to chase another accolade next week, and Night of Champions when he faces Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. What does that mean to him? Styles says that it means a lot to him because he's been injured for a little while, and it was the longest time he ever had to step foot out of the ring ever in his entire career. Styles trained extremely hard to get back to this moment, and Styles knew that an opportunity would come his way. Now he has a chance to become the inaugural World Heavyweight Champion, and wants it more than the air that he breathes. So, I mean, he's obviously wanting this. Waller says that he has goosebumps after Styles said that. Styles says that Rollins is on a movie set. Surely he's exercising and training to be ready. Styles assures everyone that he is ready. Waller says that it will be an instant classic. Waller is really looking forward to it. And at the ending, Mike Rome, take some notes. You will be saying, and new World's Heavyweight Champion, Seth frickin' Rollins. Styles takes exception to this, and he stares into the face of Waller as the Grayson Waller Effect ends. Obviously, doing a little bit of a teasing, from everything that happened in NXT, making it well known that he thinks that Seth is winning at Night of Champions. Whatever happens, man, I'm gonna be fine with it either way because I love both of them. So, good on him.
Grayson Waller.
He's just a great talker, man. What do you want me to say?
And he drinks out of his shoe.
That's a little bit weird, but I think that's kind of an Aussie thing.
It's an Australian tradition. I don't know why they do that, but they do.
I don't know, man, but it is what it is. So we have the LWO backstage, and Rey Mysterio says that the word on the street is that the Usos are the greatest tag team in the world today. And Santos disagreed with him. And he says, listen, man, I have to disagree with you on that because they'll show that they have what it takes to beat them tonight. Joaquin says that they'll prove that they are better. And Cruz del Toro talks to Mysterio in Spanish. So, I mean, I have no idea. Like he said, I took Spanish for 4+ years and I still don't know a single fucking thing about it.
Wow,
So,
wow, film. Just 4 years and you don't know nothing?
I don't know shit, bro.
Wait.
I don't know shit, bro. And honestly, I mean, that is an L on me. I'll take that L on the chin. I will. But, man, that's not a fucking thing. So Mysterio says that the Usos will find out what happens to them when they mess with the LWO. And that was that.
Yeah.
The Street Profits make their way to the ring for their tag team matchup. And LA Knight says when he makes his entrance that he came here for titles, and that does not mean that the tag teams are safe. So he is going to rise up the ranks alongside this new tag team partner of his in Rick Boogs.
Rick Boogs. He was booging out, man.
We should have known what was coming. Yeah, sure, Rick Boogs was booging out tonight, but we should know what was coming here. Honestly, they actually made Rick Boogs and LA Knight look somewhat okay for the first few parts of this match, and then when things started to break down hard and fast and bad, and and Street Profits picked up the win.
Yeah.
I mean, Rick Boogs was curling Angelo Dawkins. He was bench pressing Montez Ford. I mean, come on, bro. I mean, they were actually making Boogs look real good here.
That's a strong man. He was booging out.
You're making Boogs look good, and then LA Knight, he's like, all right, man, let's do some tag team moves here. They did some tag team moves, but I mean, you could tell that like something wasn't going right. Ford hit Knight and Boogs with a crossbody from the top rope. Then Ford knocks Knight out to the ring apron, and he makes Boogs stumble with the furious strikes. Ford then drops Knight on the apron and sidesteps Boogs to send him into his tag team partner. Ford then wipes out Boogs and Knight with a somersault senton, and then Dawkins tags in as the senton was going on. So while Montez was in the air, he tagged his side or whatever, and that counted as a tag. So Montez was already on the top rope. The guy, you know Montez at this point, dude. He's just super fast. As soon as he landed the senton, he was already on the top rope. We saw the spine buster into the From the Heavens Frog Splash for the win, and the Street Profits picked up the W at that point in time. So, good stuff there, man.
Yeah, good stuff. Glad to see the Street Profits getting the dub on the SmackDown.
And then LA Knight hit Boogs with the BFT, and that was a short-lived tag team.
People were really losing their mind because LA Knight was going to be on tag team. You should have known it wasn't going to last long.
No, I did. I mean, I was not like when those reports were coming out saying that LA Knight was going to be a part of a team with Rick Boogs. I'm like, guys, don't let this bother you, man, because tag teams like this never go the way that they are planned. So like, if you think they were actually going to hold that team for a long time, you were just playing yourself at the end of the day, because there was always going to be a possibility of Boogs getting turned on by Knight, and Knight turned on him tonight. So there you go. I mean,
Yeah.
it was what it was, and Boogs was impressive during this match. I'll give him that, but at this point in time, it's LA Knight's time. Yeah.
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 So we saw replays of Cameron Grimes to the moon.
Cameron Grimes.
Defeating Baron Corbin with the cave-in seconds. And that was last week on SmackDown. Cameron Grimes was doing a backstage interview with Megan Morant. And Grimes says that if you would have told him that he would have had one of the fastest victories in WWE history, he would not have believed you. Grimes is determined and focused to go to the top. Rather, he wants to go to the moon with Cameron Grimes on SmackDown, baby. So there you go. Do you think LA Knight and Cameron Grimes will feud on the main roster or team up? I think a feud between those two would actually do real well. I really do. Teaming up, I mean, I wouldn't mind that either, because of their history from NXT, but I think a feud would go real well between the two.
They did a feud at NXT over the $1 million title.
Yep.
They had the $1 million man involved. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. Ted DiBiase being a part of that was really cool. But yeah, I think a feud on the main roster between those two would be great.
Yeah, that damn Ted DiBiase.
But yeah, I think probably a feud is probably going to be the better choice between those two. Teaming up wouldn't be bad, but I think those two are kind of just suited up to be solo superstars, to be quite fair. So doing a feud between them, I'd do it.
Yeah.
Look at this face. There you go. What's up, Axe?
I think he wants you to look at his face. He wants you to look at his face.
Hey, look at the face, man.
Look at the face.
So we saw not Cameron Grimes. We already saw Cameron Grimes. We saw Karrion Kross backstage with Scarlett, and Kross says that it's been said that justice is blind. Kross is an immediate threat to justice, and it has no idea. Kross then says, "Isn't it, Alan?" And then he showed a tarot card with AJ Styles being shown. So Kross is going after AJ Styles, bro.
AJ Bad Hairstyles. Another feud that Karrion Kross is gonna lose. 'Cause reasons.
So Kross is going after AJ Styles. Who was the last tarot card, may I ask? Wasn't it Shinsuke
Nakamura?
Okay. Was that feud ever concluded?
No, because Shinsuke got drafted over to Raw, and they had a match on
Shinsuke got
SmackDown.
drafted over to Raw, and then Shinsuke got drafted over to Raw. He beat Karrion on his last episode of SmackDown, and that was it. That was just the ending of everything.
Yeah,
So
pretty much. Because
so
reasons.
so now, I mean, I'm just gonna play devil's advocate here. Here comes Loft, so I'm gonna flip it to 3 screens, so you guys will be seeing split for a second.
He was fashionably late.
Loft, my man. What's up,
Graduate,
bro?
not famous.
Yo.
Graduate, not famous has arrived.
Yeah.
There you go, bro.
He was fashionably late.
Fashionably late, but I understand why, because of the game. 2-0, baby. So there you go.
Jimmy Butler, man. Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler.
Mm.
We just got to the Karrion Cross part of the show.
Oh God.
Yes. And he's going after AJ Styles, bro. And
What?
dude, I here's the thing. We just got done with this Shinsuke feud, which really did not end, considering that they just got drafted to separate shows. Shinsuke beat Karrion on his final SmackDown, and then that was it. So, like, listen, bro, and I'm just playing devil's advocate here. What if AJ somehow wins the fucking World Heavyweight because of Seth Rollins doing, and he has to gets transferred over to SmackDown? Then what? Then what fucking happens?
Then we're.
I'm just playing devil's
in a
advocate here.
conundrum.
If AJ wins, which again is a very small opportunity, but you know, Seth is doing a movie. If AJ wins at Night of Champions, he gets transferred over to Raw because it's a Raw exclusive title. Then the feud is just scrapped. I mean, it has to be at that point.
I mean, yeah. I guess.
I don't know why do they keep putting Karrion in these positions? Why?
Dude, I thought the
Karrion
tarot
Kross-
cards are actually gonna do something, man.
They're not doing it. They're just making it worse. The crowd
Yeah.
doesn't care. You put them in these winless feuds against someone who needs momentum for the show. That's literally the day after. They're not helping Karrion Kross at all. They're
They
making-
really aren't helping the man. Let him win some
you
matches.
gotta let Karrion Kross. How?
Because Karrion Kross really ain't that bad. He's just booking has not been kind to him.
Yeah, so people begging me to care about Karrion Kross. How am I supposed to care about Karrion Kross when you're putting them in feuds against people who should not be losing a day before a world championship match?
Booking has not been his friend. Okay.
The people go, oh,
And
NXT
listen.
this, NXT that. It's not NXT no more. It's not.
He needs to go
And
back
listen,
bold,
Saint,
man.
You
He needs
say
to go
so that
bold.
tells me that AJ is losing the title match. He could, if he loses, then you know the feud continues. That's fine. That's fine. But listen, a lot of like, if you look at everything that is going on right now, it
The
does
next
not
card is
look
going to be
like Seth
do-rag, Vince.
Rollins is going to be. It does not look like that Seth Rollins is going to be on TV for a little while longer because of this movie thing that he's going on with Captain America. The fact that Seth Rollins is in a Captain America movie is insane, but you know it is.
Speaking of that, I heard they were hesitant to put the title on him. You were hesitant because he filming for a couple of weeks, but Roman can disappear for a month or two, and you ain't. But you were hesitant to have him retain.
Because Roman's perfect and he never messes up ever. Remember?
And fuck Roman Reigns.
And Saint, you also say that AJ is a part of a faction, so there's no way that they can just move an entire group. What's WWE do to stop them? What does WWE have to do to stop them?
Wait, what are you talking about moving the faction? Isn't AJ on SmackDown?
Yes, he's also in a faction with the OC.
So what he's saying is that since he's a part of a faction, they can't just move the OC over to Raw. Who says that they can't?
Oh, I forgot that's a Raw title. I keep forgetting that. Oh God.
Who says that they can't?
They can.
They already broken the rules of the draft. They've already broken the rules of the draft.
They already have.
Exactly.
They've already
This
done.
is the thing.
You know,
And honestly, who says that AJ just get transferred over on his own? We've seen people split before, from factions, from tag teams, from everything.
hey, I said this when the first night of the draft. Cody's gonna end up on SmackDown.
Oh, he gonna end up on
They're gonna
SmackDown.
trade
For
him.
sure.
There's a reason why SmackDown people are a part of this fucking draft, bro. Not draft, the tournament. If AJ wins, it's an easy trade. AJ to Raw, or you can do the OC, depending on however you want to do it. But Cody is going to end up on SmackDown.
At some point.
Unless
So if it's an AJ Cody trade, then that's fine. Then we don't have to waste money in the bank on Cody Rhodes, and then we can just do it from there.
unless it might be the only option, but Cody Rhodes for Money in the Bank. He calls out Roman, says, "Hey, I want to fight you at SummerSlam," and that's how he gets Roman and Cody again. Because he better not be champion.
What?
at
So we go
SummerSlam.
full on John. So we go full
Look, they
on
going to
John
John-
Cena and have
they-
Cody announce his Money in the Bank cash in, just like he did, and then he loses because that's the adversity that he has to face next, right?
Phil,
That's
why
the
you cursing,
adversity
man?
he has to face
Phil,
next,
Why
right?
you cursing?
Right? I
Why you
hate that
cursing?
word. I hate the word adversity. Whoever
Oh, wait.
came up with the word adversity for pro wrestling needs to end it.
First of all, two things. One, no one was saying the word adversity until Cody lost, and then they thought of a word to justify a bad booking decision. Number two, LA Knight's the only person that has to win Money in the Bank now. That's it.
Yes.
That's the only way you go now.
Yes,
because
that's
you
it.
I don't want Cody
That's
to win,
it.
but shit.
listen, he's over. LA Knight is over as a heel. He's over as a heel. When you're in
He's
wrestling,
getting
and you have someone
babyface
who's
reactions
over,
as a heel.
when you have that and he's over as a heel, you can go anywhere you want with LA Knight because he's a face to the crowd, but he's a LA Knight.
Yes.
He's LA Knight. He's a heel internally. So you can do whatever you want with him. You know what I'm saying? That LA Knight has to win Money in the Bank. That I'm not Cody winning Money in the Bank is idiotic only for the aspect of the part of the Money in the Bank that was, I think, is really built on like the
No,
most.
Theory will not be Mr. Money in the Bank again. No, we don't need that.
The people that I think of
I
in the beginning of like people having the Money in the Bank briefcase, they hold it for a long time, and you never know when they're going to cash it in. Cody winning it, we know where he's going to cash in.
Yeah.
Everyone likes to say the word predictable. That's not even predictable. That's just whatever like is worse than being predictable. If Cody wins that briefcase, we already know what's going to happen. LA Knight wins, we'll know when, what, and that's not only that's a way to get him on TV. That's a way to get him even more over than he already is. Cody can just go out there and challenge Roman again the first time. You know what I'm saying? Brock didn't need Money in the Bank to just challenge Roman. He just kept calling him out. And Roman's not going to say no because Roman likes proving himself against people that he already beat. So he don't care. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention, there's not even a guarantee that you're going to have Cody win at SummerSlam because they don't care.
No, don't speak that into existence.
They don't care. I fully expect Roman and Solo to win next Saturday.
Dude, we really don't know.
No.
We really don't know. Laugh and I are just making the agenda to have Cody go after Roman at SummerSlam because we just don't want to see this at WrestleMania again.
No,
We can't push this feud to WrestleMania again. We can't.
If the rumors are true that Roman is taking an extended break after SummerSlam, get those goddamn titles off him at SummerSlam.
They're
No
not.
That's why we were saying it has to happen at SummerSlam.
Deontay, you're living. I understand. I understand your sentiment right now. So I'm not yelling at you. They don't.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
They don't care, Deontay. They do not care. I know you care.
I know.
Phil cares. I care. Some people in the chat may care. They don't care. So they're not thinking with this. They're thinking with
Logan Paul, Mr. Money in the Bank. It's crazy.
Roman could possibly. I don't expect Roman to lose anything from now until next April. Because they don't care. Obviously, if they cared, Roman and Solo would lose on next Saturday. If they cared, when they go to Detroit, Cody would win. But if they cared, we wouldn't even be in a position because Cody wouldn't have won at WrestleMania. So this is all. It's a wheel. And you see the spokes in the wheel happening every week, but they don't care about Roman winning, having this 1,000 days as much as people think. They're gonna keep saying it because you can't ignore it, but they care more about the bloodline dissension. That's their golden thing, not Roman having the belts. Roman having the belts is a plus because they can rewrite the stats.
That's another thing. This
They
story
are,
don't need the belts. It does not need the
WWE
belts.
We know that already.
WWE is obsessed with rewriting their history books, rewriting everything when it comes to records and everything like that with the current superstars of today. And while that might not actually be a totally bad idea, you got to look at the bigger picture here. Roman is already, I believe, in the top 5 longest world championship reigns in the company's history. Maybe even
actually-
top 3.
He's top 6 actually.
Okay, well, top 6. Regardless. When he hits 1,000, it's probably going to be in the top 5. But, like, you got to look at the bigger picture here.
He has to lose at some point, people.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
I mean, he can't be champion forever. Hell.
Yeah, why not? How? Tell me how.
Well, he's not gonna wrestle forever.
Wow, don't turn on us here.
I need y'all to stop acting like y'all don't know how this company works, okay? They don't care.
Oh, no, I know. Don't turn on us.
That's what
We
I'm
know.
saying.
I know they don't care.
I want y'all to understand something. They don't give a damn. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. This stuff is over. Any call they want to make at this point, it's already passed. We passed the time of Roman losing the belts in a logical way because they've already showed their card. And their card is the revenge of Vince McMahon. Vince, you kicked him out of the company, so he was like, all right, when I come back, I'm gonna make sure that guy was pushing down your throat. Open your mouth, back down your throat again.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, that's that.
Hey,
He's gonna
yo.
Oh,
he's doing
X.
doing
And
it.
X, by the way, we talked about how none of these championships are on the right show earlier on in the podcast. So I
Yes.
mean, none of these
The
championships
Smack-
are on the right
either.
show. So
The SmackDown girls are fighting for the
So,
Raw
I mean-
title because
They don't care. They don't care about anything right
like
now.
the Raw.
I don't know.
So yeah, I mean, we talked about that earlier on in the show. None of these titles are on the right shows at all. But yeah, I mean, listen, bro, I understand they don't care, but the fact that like we're talking about a company that does not give a single shit about their company, dude, you know how bad it sounds.
Because this is about this
They
is
came
the
out
thing.
this one man.
They've been playing this card for years now, and you can't compare it to Cena
Yeah.
or Hogan or nobody else because it's no longer the point where it's comparable to anything else. They're booking this man to completion, and they're not going to. They think this is going to reach a higher echelon when he's already up here. Roman, I told y'all before, Roman Reigns is the dude at the gym who's all built up, still working out. You won, bro. You got it. You're good. Go home. They already did it. You're gonna go to 1,000 days.
And-
I'm supposed to kiss babies and cry and tell my mom that I want Roman Reigns plushies for my birthday. That's what they want us to do. But the moment that they turn the Roman fans against them, if they ever use their brain, with half of them never use that. So I don't know why I even said that. But the moment that some of them get some logic in their head and take Roman's penis out of their mouth, then maybe they'll realize that this is not that type of party. You're going to ruin your company for one man that when he gets a check from his cousin Dwayne, he's going to leave. And now you'll never be able to reach that ceiling that you put with Roman Reigns because you put him up here and you'll never get anyone else up there because you have to make them be champion for 3,000 days. They destroyed it already.
People continuously tell me that Roman is just never going to go to Hollywood. He believes in this company. Bro, he said
Roman
it
is
in
going to
multiple
Hollywood.
Roman wants
That man
to
is
go to
built.
fucking Hollywood.
The man is built for Hollywood.
The man is going to Hollywood.
The
The
man's
man
built
is
for
going to
Hollywood.
Hollywood. The man has already been in Hollywood. He's already been in movies with The Rock. So the fact of the matter is that you think that this man is not going to Hollywood. You think that this man is not going to take the freaking breaks that he says that he's going to, but he's actually going to. And Saint, this is no disrespect to you, man. But when you say, "Oh hell yeah, they can extend this thing until WrestleMania," of course they can. But do we want them to? Absolutely fucking not. Because at the end of the day, this is not what we fucking need in this company. What we need are some actual world champions in this company. They're actually going to be showing up and actually showing out each and every single week. My friend who was in this chat earlier, Trent, this man got back into professional wrestling at WrestleMania 39, right? He loved the
W
presentation
Trent.
of the bloodline and everything. He thought that this was fantastic, right? Everything was going on. Then all of a sudden he texts me before SmackDown saying, "Phil, can you give me a good explanation as to why Roman Reigns is not defending his championship at Night of Champions?" I told him that there is no good explanation because the man doesn't want to show up. Then he said, "Listen, hasn't Brock like wrestled in every single pay-per-view this year?"
Everyone.
I'm like,
Brock
"Yes,
Lesnar
every
has
single
shown
one."
them more
Brock
than
Lesnar,
Roman Reigns.
the
Let that
man
sink
that
in.
wants you to look at his face. The man that wants you to look him in his face has wrestled
Look at
every
his
single
face.
pay-per-view on the calendar year so far. Tells you something,
Let
bro.
that sink
That
in.
Brock Lesnar, who was the king of part-time at one point, has wrestled every single pay-per-view. Now Brock, I mean, listen, I've actually respected Brock for the longest time, even when he wasn't the part-time. When he was champion, I mean, there were some iffy parts about me and Brock, but Brock's Brock. So of course, Roman, on the other hand, you have things going in your way that dude, it's not the time now. It's really not, and you can't be hindering this company for far too longer. It just can't happen. So SummerSlam, it's SummerSlam. If we have Roman as champion after SummerSlam, people are going to be pissed. And it's not just people that are here in this chat. It's not just people that are here in this chat and people here on this broadcast. Other people, a lot of other people are going to be pissed. So,
Yes.
like
Stop while
Ross
you're
said,
ahead.
WWE doesn't give a shit.
They need to stop while they're
Ross
ahead.
said, WWE doesn't give a shit.
They need to stop while they're ahead
WWE doesn't
before it
give a
gets
shit, and
worse.
we know this. But at this point, like Deontay saying, quit while you're ahead, get the titles, offer Roman before before something bad happens. Honestly, because the fans are
Something
not
bad has already
stupid.
happened.
That's what I want people to see.
Something bad has already happened.
Wow, fans are not stupid. We know what the fuck is happening. So why can't we just see this happen?
But they don't care.
Stephanie,
They
man,
care about they
they
care
don't
about the
care.
they care about the fans on a certain level. I'm not going to say they 100% don't care, but to the point where if it's our opinion over the opinion of their pockets and something that they're afraid to do, they're not going to pick us. And I understand why they're afraid, because they know that they're never going to reach this height again. But you put him at that height. You did it. So you
Yeah.
have to deal with
Yeah.
the repercussions of that. You have to deal with the fact that now whenever Roman decides to lose, say Cody wins, you have to book Cody absolutely perfect. And you know why it'll never work? Because you can't push him perfectly. You can't do what you already did, because one is going to be too comparable to Roman. Two, as soon as Roman wins, as soon as Cody wins, if he ever does, Cody's going to have one of the hardest title reigns of his life, because every step that he takes, he's going to have to show that his step is better than Roman's step.
Yeah.
You think Roman fans are going to go away when Roman loses? It might get worse. Because all they're going to do is talk about when
It's
Roman
going to
was
get
champion.
worse. It's going to get worse.
Now, obviously, I could care less either way, because it is what it is at this point. And obviously, some people are just happy with it, and some people aren't, and that's
Some
cool.
people want to see the world burn.
And listen, I you can call those people out. You see those people easily. You know what I'm saying? So you don't even have to engage with that. I'm not worried about the people. They're not putting the show on. I'm talking about the people who are putting the actual show on TV and trying to get us to watch these shows every week. Give me how many times they mentioned the championship tonight. How many times did Roman Reigns mention the championship tonight?
None.
But you know how many times they reference to the bloodline dissension? The entire show, because that's what they care about
The
more.
entire show,
Roman
yeah.
championships now is just a thing now. You think it's out of the ordinary that Roman looked at the World Heavyweight Championship? You think if they gonna make that?
No.
Of course they would have him look at that, man. Of course, like
Roman's gonna win on Saturday.
I don't know, man.
I'm fully under the impression that Roman and Solo are gonna win on Saturday.
They better not.
I'll be astonished if KO and Sami won that match. Usos interference or not.
Yeah.
I'll be astonished if Solo got pinned, and I'll even be even more astonished if Roman got pinned. Because you see their cards already. You see it.
Oh, and speaking of that, guys, stay tuned for the OTB extra that we have planned for you tomorrow afternoon because, man, Loft, you kind of insinuated a story that I have planned for that show tomorrow. So stay tuned to that tomorrow afternoon, guys, because that's going to be something that you guys are going to want to watch. It should probably be around 2 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon that'll be live on the channel. It'll be premiering around that time, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, I mean, yeah, we talked about Karrion Kross, and then all of a sudden it turned into a Roman debate. So that's great. You know, that's always what we do here on OTB.
Because Roman just ruins everything.
Just do whatever you need to do, WWE, to make it right, please.
Quickly.
So we have the NXT Women's Tag Champions Alpha Fire and Isla Dawn take on Valentina Feroz and Yulissa Leone. I guess this is another NXT tag team that.
Yep.
They're good. I'm so happy.
Okay.
I think that's Valentina. I think that's Valentina that got hurt because she still had the knee brace on. She got hurt months back. I'm happy they're there. I'm happy they're back now. They're good.
Was this a main roster call up too, or did they just show up just to be the?
I think they just showed up because free agency and shit.
They did the local competitors thing. They like put the nameplate under, so I don't think it was a call up. I hope it is, but I don't think it is. Mm-hmm.
It's not, unfortunately.
I mean, this was basically, like your typical NXT debut kind of squash match here, just to give them a win on the main roster. Alpha Fire and Isla Dawn, they're a great tag team, right? They're honestly probably, to me, in my eyes, the most legit tag team that we have here in the women's division, because they are a legit tag team. Everybody else is just a makeshift.
They were makeshift at first, but now it works.
Those belts are curved.
Well, they actually look like a tag team, though, is what I'm saying. They look like a tag team. They act like a tag team. They actually have like a tag team finisher for all I fucking care.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bro. And that tag team finisher is actually pretty badass, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is.
A Gory Bomb Sister Abigail type thing. Looks good.
Yes. Bray Wyatt is somewhere spooked.
So, even though Michael Cole said a Gory Bomb Russian leg sweep, a Russian leg sweep is on the back, Michael. I don't know what the fuck a Russian leg sweep from the front
Abigail, Michael.
is. I guess they really can't say it's Sister Abigail because Bray is just Bray's just gone.
He's still with the company
for whatever reason. And people were asking me like, Phil, was whatever that story true? Is Bray Wyatt just not on the internal roster? He is. He's still in WWE, guys. He's still there. It's just
he's just hurt, man.
From whatever happened at WrestleMania, they're saying that he's sick, but I don't think he's sick. I think he's hurt. I think
He's
something
hurt.
happened.
He might have been sick, but he probably healed up from it. Now he's just hurt.
But yeah, I mean, they did the double team gory bomb Sister Abigail type thing and got the victory there. Alpha and Isla Dawn, they're like probably the most legit tag team that we have here in the women's division. Excuse me. So we'll see. Do they have the right tag team titles? No, because they're still technically NXT. But whatever happens with that, we don't know. When are we gonna figure the title situation out? When?
I don't know, man.
Did you see what they're pulling 2 weeks from now? Did you see that they're pulling?
Yeah, the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team title match for the vacant tag team titles when Raquel technically should still be half.
First of all, I found out who her partner is. I found out who that was.
We can break it here. Listen, I really don't think anybody cares.
It's just Shotzi.
Oh, Shotzi is back.
It doesn't matter.
Were they tag team champions before?
I don't know. Raquel's tag team champions with everybody. I don't know. I don't know.
That's actually kind of true.
Look, bro, Ronda and Shayna are in the match. Ronda and Shayna went on Raw.
Man, it's because Liv Morgan got hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Liv got hurt. She's out for like 2 months, and I cried. And then immediately while I'm crying, they show me Ronda and Shayna on the screen. So Ronda and Shayna are probably going to win that match. For some reason, Casey and Katana are not in that match, but Chelsea Green and Sonya are. What do they deserve that match for? I don't know.
Bailey and Io, a SmackDown team, is on that show.
She was tag team partners with not Shotzi.
Yeah.
Where is Aaliyah? Please give me Aaliyah back.
That's what I've been thinking.
I want Aaliyah back.
She's good, but they treat her like the worst thing ever. But she's good, and
she's actually not that bad. She really isn't.
She has a gimmick and everything.
She really isn't. They just need to give her time. They need to give her time to be out there.
She's really good, but they just treat her like trash. So I don't know what they want to do. It don't matter because Ronda and Shayna is going to win on Raw, and they're going to get the big power presentation, and we're supposed to believe that the women's division is invigorated because of Ronda damn Rousey. Ronda, it's in Ronda's contract to win a championship every 5 minutes, or she's just going to leave the company again. It is what it is, bro. There's not many titles that they know what they're doing, and the tag titles are probably worse than Roman's belts because every time they either get rid of these belts or they have them on somebody, someone gets injured or something bad happens. At this point, just listen. Have Ronda and Shayna win. If you want Ronda and Shayna to have another championship, cool. Well, Ronda really having them win the championship, whatever. You do a unification match, Alba and Isla versus Ronda and Shayna. It should be in Saudi since it's Night of Champions, but God knows they're not doing that the correct way. You do that, and then if you want Ronda and Shayna to be undisputed,
it's like 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, if you want Ronda and Shayna to be undisputed tag champions, take it. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree with it at all. I think this should have been on Casey and Katana weeks ago. Because they haven't had a match yet, and I'm not. You put them on the Dead End Raw show, so they're gonna put them at a 9:45 angle against like some local competitors again, and you're not gonna get the team over unless they get organically over. And I hope they do because they're the best women's tag team I've ever seen. Honestly, women and men's. I'm not gonna put them in the women box, but they're one of the best tag teams I've ever seen, and in the company. So I don't know why they're not in the Fatal 4-Way. I don't know why we haven't seen them in this tag team thing, but Chelsea and Sonya in, and they're not even a real tag team. And I don't even know if they've won a match yet. You know what I'm saying? So
they haven't. I haven't even really seen them team up together in tag team matches, or maybe I'm just not paying attention.
Bailey and Io are in this Raw match.
Yes.
Aren't they on SmackDown?
Yes.
So what? You have a tag team.
Well, women's tag team titles apparently float between both brands.
But they're not tag team champions.
Apparently, women's tag team titles float.
But Damage Control can't float.
Or the tag team belts. Just saying, like the tag team belts just float between both brands. So both brands are considered.
I understand the champions floating, but the challengers can't float. That doesn't make any sense.
No, I'm saying the belts, just the belts.
That's what I'm saying. But
the belts are aren't brand exclusive.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If the belts travel to both shows, why do Bailey and Io get to travel if they're not champion?
Raw and SmackDown tag teams are eligible for these titles. So whenever these titles are on the line, SmackDown and Raw teams can be on whatever show. Or that's the logic that they go by.
That is one of the most insane things I've ever heard in my life.
That is stupid.
What does it make any sense?
That's the logic that they go by, because these brands are not because these titles are not brand exclusive. Because you're on Friday Night SmackDown or Monday Night Raw, that doesn't fucking matter. You can challenge for those titles whatever show that you're going to have a title to be defended on. I know it's stupid. I'm not trying to make it sound like so stupid, but it is. I mean, that's what they go by. That's why I said women's tag team titles should have never fucking existed, and I'm staying by that. I've been double downing on that since like the inception of the titles. I've been double downing on that opinion since the.
You know what this is? This is their karma for doing Mercedes and Trinity that way. This is what they get. Now you'll never reach that.
Wasn't it like 1 year to the very day today that they walked out?
I don't know.
I think it was like 1 year to the day today that they walked out.
Yep.
They get.
I heard that somewhere.
That's exactly what they get. Even beyond Mercedes and Trinity, Mercedes and Bailey. That's what they get. That's what they get for doing that. Bailey hasn't won a match in I don't know how long, and Mercedes, you ran her out the company. That's what you get. Now these tag titles are just doing stuff, and just negativity follows them everywhere. Now, Liv is out for 2 months.
I mean, they were jokes to begin with.
I was cool. In the beginning, it was cool because they did it right for a little bit. And then they dropped it. Like
you want to know when these tag team titles went to shit? To me, and this is no hate to both of them now, because I actually think both of them are actually doing pretty well for themselves right now. When the fucking Iconics won them.
Iconic.
When was that?
You don't know the Iconics?
They beat Bailey and Sasha at WrestleMania.
I have no recollection of that match.
Oh, the Iconics
I think it was like
on
what,
the
30. I think it was like what WrestleMania was that?
I remember them. I had no recollection of them winning that. Beating them too.
Yes, they didn't win them. They were the only legit team to win those titles.
They were good. I just don't.
WrestleMania 35. WrestleMania 35. That's it.
They were a legit team. A legit team. Actually want to take titles for once.
Yeah, WrestleMania 35. They won the tag team titles. It was a fatal 4-way tag team match with Nia Jax and Tamina, the Divas of Doom, and
the Divas of Doom,
and the Boston Hug Connection. Yeah. So yeah, I didn't really care for the tag team titles to begin with when they made the belts, but I mean that right there, when the Iconics won them, that's when I really went to shit, because they really did not care at that point. And I've been double downing on that for the very beginning. So people that say, "Oh no, now you're just saying that," I've been saying that for the longest time. Loft knows. Loft's known me for like what? How many years now? Like at least 4 now at this point. You already know. But yeah, whatever happens in that tag team title match 2 weeks from now, not even this Monday. It's next Monday.
Hey, you know what's funny too? You know what's funny? They think that's going to get us to watch Raw.
Yeah.
No. No. I'm not unless you make your show unless
It's
from
crazy.
now until then they shave off that 8 o'clock hour and they make it 9 to 11 again. Unless they do that, I'm not. No. Nope. No.
Up next, Love and Deontay, we had the United States Champion Austin Theory. Now, where is my boy Axel when you need him? Because, dude,
Sparkles and champagne.
what was this? I heard that Sheamus is gonna go after a championship, but you know, U.S. title. Interesting.
Because they refuse to give him the IC title. They just don't want to give it to him, man.
Well, yeah. And Michael Cole, I have some beef with you, man. You ruined that entire thing when Sheamus came out. You ruined that entire thing. I don't know if you guys caught that or not, but when Sheamus was coming out, he was listing all his accolades. He said 4-time, he said 3-time Intercontinental Champion. He's never won the United States Championship. He's like, oh shit, never mind. He's never won the Intercontinental Championship. Bro,
evil.
You have it right there. It's on, dude. It's in your script.
He did that on purpose.
We know what's written on those things now. We know what's written on those papers. Read the paper. Or know the accolades.
Read the paper, Michael. Read the paper, Michael.
Dude, I felt so bad. I'm like, bro, no, he's never won the IC title, not US. He's like a 3-time US champion. So, Austin Theory says, welcome to Austin Theory Live. This isn't SmackDown Live anymore, but okay. Maybe he's just always said that, and I just haven't really noticed that either. Everyone knows who he is. Coming to SmackDown last week wasn't what he expected, because he expected respect. He lists the legends that look at the legends that he is bodied. Yes, that's what he said. He was instead ganged up on by Bobby Lashley and Sheamus. They both know that they would have beaten Seth Rollins to become the World Heavyweight Champion if he were to win that triple threat. That's not a theory. That's a fact. If he continues to use that,
I told you. What I say. I told you it's going to catch on.
It's an awesome theory, bro. It's an awesome theory, bro. I honestly think he should continue to use that, honestly. Bobby Lashley has a weird obsession with following him to show to show, and Sheamus, he doesn't understand why he's mad. They have pretty much everything in common. They're both tough. They're both strong. They both beaten John Cena. Even though he just recently at WrestleMania, and Sheamus did that, like 12 years ago? When he was like 13, apparently, which is wild.
Sheamus's win means more because he beat Sheamus. I mean, he beat Cena when Cena was wearing orange. Cena was indestructible in the orange. Sheamus's means so much more.
Wasn't it like at TLC, like 2009 or something like that?
2010.
2010. That's it.
2010.
It was like a table smash too, right?
That was 09.
It was TLC 2009.
I think it was 09.
That was 9.
I think it was 09. Yeah.
It was TLC
Yeah,
2009 because he faced Randy Orton at wait, was it Randy Orton at Royal Rumble 2010?
that's right. Because
Huh.
he was the fastest to go. He was the fastest to get the WWE Championship, or some kind of stat like that.
I thought that's
He
all.
won it within like 3 months of debuting.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in like 3 months of debuting, which is fantastic. I loved Sheamus at that time, man. When Sheamus had like that Celtic cross thing like around his neck, I actually bought one of those things at like a WWE
It's
event.
a shameful state. Lobster head.
I actually
Hmm.
bought like one of those Celtic crosses, like cross necklaces.
Where is
And
it?
event. I think I probably still have it. I think it's just in the basement somewhere.
You gotta show us.
But yeah, like dude, I love Sheamus. See, that's when you know you're a fucking real Sheamus fan, when you have the Celtic cross uh necklace that they did for him.
It's crazy.
So they have a bunch of things in common. He beat him at WrestleMania, but Sheamus did it 12 years ago. Sheamus makes his way to the ring. He motioned for a microphone. Then he just kicked Theory in the face. He kicked Theory in the face, and then he did
Cause he be popping
mic drop.
bottles, sparkles and champagne.
Sparkles and champagne.
No.
Dude, it was so good.
Tired of hearing that. No. You need to relax. I'm tired of hearing that.
You know that TikTok account actually follows Axel now?
I saw that. That made me laugh.
I be popping bottles.
That's so good for him, man.
I'm tired of hearing that song, though.
I'm trying to find a Cody Rhodes fan page like that, man. I'm trying to, but there's
Just
no
look up
meme for Cody
They're all
Rhodes.
there. Just look up Cody Rhodes.
Joanna
There's no
Man
meme for Cody Rhodes though.
in the soul.
The only
Cody Rhodes.
The only meme for Cody Rhodes that I see going on right now is when he was angrily walking
That was funny.
in his match with Brock Lesnar.
Don't also forget the chicken.
But nobody's done
Don't forget
that.
the chicken.
Like,
That was hilarious.
okay, well the chicken was not, dude. That was just fucking disrespect. That was just
to a chicken in the ring. That was so
disrespect
funny.
on the art of Vince McMahon. That was just disrespect made by Vince McMahon. That wasn't a fan. People were telling me that was a fan that did that. No, that wasn't a fan. That was Vince. Because you mean to tell me that WWE was going to allow a former AEW executive to win at WrestleMania? Of course not. That's why they did the chicken bit.
Well, it's not his fault, though, Petty.
I don't care whose fault it is.
That's what I'm saying, though. It's not his fault, but no.
Well, it's not fault this. I don't care whose fault it was. It happened, didn't it?
You fucking put a rubber chicken next to him, man? Dude, no. I'm not about that. I'm not going to take that fucking shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That was disgusting.
I'm taking that shit, man.
Absolutely disgusting. But yeah, it looks like Sheamus is going after the United States title. I'm not mad at it. And honestly, it happens next week. It happens next week on SmackDown, where apparently they did a double taping of SmackDown tonight, so they already did next week's SmackDown. So it's gonna be on Friday night next week, but they're not actually gonna be doing it because they're gonna be in Saudi. So they taped it, and we get the United States title match next week on SmackDown. So we'll see. Can Sheamus become a 4-time U.S. champ? I don't think so. I think Theory retains somehow, but we'll see.
Most likely.
I think, you know what? And the thing is, there's a reason why Theory did something with Bobby Lashley here. There's a reason why he said his name. If Bobby Lashley comes out next week, I'm just going to be floored. I am going to be, fuck it, because they're just destined to be infused together forever. We
Fight
need
forever.
we need new people. Man. This isn't Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa type fight forever type shit here. This is not. Okay? That is a good fight forever scenario. Theory and Theory and Lashley? No. We're not there.
It
We
is
don't need
not.
that.
No, we do not.
All right. So the Usos are backstage. Paul Heyman walks up to them with a sinister smirk on his face, so you know something's up. Heyman says that he's got everything under control. The Tribal Chief forgives them, but Jimmy Uso asks if he'll be out there tonight because of that. Heyman says that Reigns will not be out there tonight. He is the Tribal Chief. There's a lot of things going on right now, and that comes with the burden. Reigns has to go through Night of Champions to make a declarative statement. 2 weeks from tonight is his 1,000-day celebration of the Tribal Chief as champion. They're facing the LWO. The Usos are the greatest tag team of all time. They got this. Heyman asked for them to not make that a prediction, make that a spoiler. And the Usos walked off saying yeet. And Heyman starts to take out his cell phone and probably to call it a Tribal Chief, because that's what he always does. But yeah, we got into the main event after that. So
Yeah.
planting seeds as always, bro. That Paul Heyman. Gotta love Paul.
The walrus.
So we see next week on Friday Night SmackDown. It'll be the KO show where we have Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, Roman and Sikoa. So Raquel Rodriguez and her new tag team partner, which is Shotzi, will take on Bayley and Io Sky. AJ Styles will face off against Karrion Kross 1-on-1. And finally, Austin Theory will defend his United States Championship against Sheamus. So there you go.
Cool.
And then we got to our tag team main event. The LWO versus the Usos. And this was a damn good tag team match in the main event.
It was a banger.
So the final sequence saw the Usos set up for stereo Uso splashes. Kevin Owens makes his way down to the ring to distract Jay. Escobar then knocked Jay off the ropes as the referee yells at Owens, and Zayn knocks Jimmy off the top rope. Mysterio then hits a Hurricane Rana to put Jimmy into the ropes, and Escobar tags in. Mysterio then hit Jimmy with a 619 before wiping out Jay with a sitting senton off the apron. Escobar then comes off the top rope with a splash on Jimmy for the win, and the LWO pick up a win on Friday Night SmackDown.
They actually won a match.
So that was great. And yeah, man, they won. Good stuff there.
Finally. Sheesh.
So the Usos are stunned and cannot believe they just lost. We go backstage, and Roman Reigns cannot even look at the screen when they were watching it in the back. Solo Sikoa goes to get up, but Roman holds him back. Heyman sits in the background and looks like he's scheming up a plan to get to the Usos. So obviously the Usos are in some deep shit. right now with Roman, with Solo, with Heyman. Things are not looking good for the Usos here. It's just a very good main event. A very good main event, and we see things with the bloodline thickening as usual. And we'll see where things go for next week.
Yep.
And that was it. That was
Yep.
your SmackDown post show. Yeah. It was an okay SmackDown. Not good, not bad. Just an okay show. And we see what happens next week. Cause next week we basically have a loaded Friday next week because we have the press conference for Night of Champions, which I believe happens at like noon on Friday.
Yes. Yes.
It's either
man.
noon or 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so that's going to be interesting. And then Friday Night SmackDown, a few short hours later after that. So I will sadly have to watch the press conference after it is aired because I'm at work at 12, so that's great. So I'll have to watch that after I get home. And I'm not gonna be home until like 6:30, 7 o'clock. So hopefully this press conference is like an hour. Hopefully, so I can just watch it right before SmackDown. So we'll see. But yeah, that's it, guys.
Yeah.
If Tan Loft don't have anything else to say, we're gonna get the hell out of here.
Follow me on TikTok. NBA Teo 2. NBA Teo Talks Wrestling. I'm a WWE Shop affiliate. Use my link so I can get some shit. Thank you. Also sponsored by Debbie. NBA Tay at WDIGG. Get you 10% off your order. Yeah.
How'd you feel about that main event? So, main event Loft before we get out of here.
I'm happy LWO finally won a match. And
yeah.
The bloodline stuff, I don't care. Fight or get off the screen. I'm tired of the drama. I'm tired about the fight or get off my screen.
Ooh.
I really don't care. So good for LWO. You know what I'm saying? Good for Reigns and Santos. I'm happy for them. And that's about it. Damn.
What's happening over there?
Frying.
You gonna fry You're what?
You gonna fry chicken? There's frying of chicken happening at midnight in my house. That's what's happening in the Loft Not Famous household.
Oh,
frying of chicken.
That's the sizzling of okay.
Chicken.
I was like, what the?
Yeah.
I got scared too. I thought it was a fire. I thought I was gonna die.
You can't lose it, Loft.
So that's it.
We can't. No, listen, Loft. You're supposed to have the channel before I go. Okay, like.
Well, listen. Life comes at you fast, man.
All right, guys. Well, we'll see you. Stay tuned for that extra that you'll see tomorrow around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, just depending on when I'm able to get that uploaded for you guys. You guys will be seeing some good news stories when it comes to everything. When it comes to the Night of Champions. Obviously have some Roman Reigns news. We have some news on the tag team titles. We have news on a possible new Imperium member in the works, so that's going to be interesting to see. And yeah, man, we'll get you guys all up to speed when it comes to news and everything like that on OTB Extra tomorrow afternoon. So stay tuned to that, and we'll see you then. But until then, we'll see you when we see you right here on Outside the Frame. Peace out, guys.